Quand j'ai vu toutes ces montagnes, cette beauté, enfin, c'est merveilleux, quoi. Et là, vraiment, c'était le coup de foudre. J'ai réussi mon stage de guide en 1956.
Fernand Parot has climbed Europe's highest mountain, Mont Blanc, over 150 times. Here he's guiding a family from England.
Bonjour.
Bien, bonjour.
Je suis Pierre. Ça va, Pierre? Pierre.
Bonjour.
Oui. Ma femme, Lisa.
Bonjour,
Enchanté.
enchanté.
Déjà, tu me fais la bise, c'est super.
Merci.
Et vous voulez aller vous promener un peu?
Oui, un peu.
Vous voulez marcher sur la mer de glace?
Non,
pas marcher.
Seulement
Seulement
oui.
vu. Mais
oui.
on peut aller marcher?
Oui,
Oui,
c'est bon.
Ça vous...
Oui.
At 82, Fernand's the oldest guide still working in France. Over his lifetime, he's witnessed huge changes in the mountains.
Quand vous étiez jeune,
Oui.
le température, pourquoi? Comment?
Le temps était comment quand j'étais jeune?
Oui.
Je pense que l'été, on avait aussi de grands beaux temps, mais jamais aussi chaud que maintenant. Avant, on met les vaches aussi, elles venaient, elles passaient en bordure de glacier et elles allaient là, manger l'herbe là.
Oui.
Maintenant,
C'est bien
plus.
manger à la...
Maintenant, fini.
Oui.
Prends l'échelle. Avant, pas d'échelle. Partir comme ça sur le glacier. On voit très bien, donc il a aussi reculé de 150 mètres depuis 1945. Oui, je pense, hein. Il faudrait voir avec les géologues, mais je crois, d'après les yeux.
There's a ladder extension on the bottom here now.
Maintenant, cette année, ils ont rajouté la dernière échelle. Donc le glacier, il a fondu de 7 à 10 mètres cette année.
Wow.
Et là, il va encore fondre avec le beau temps.
Extraordinary to think that these are the Alps in December. Here in Chamonix, as across the Alps, there is a dramatic lack of snow and exceptionally warm temperatures. It is a glimpse into the future.
More than half the ski resorts in Europe could shut down in the next 50 years because of global warming.
So we won't be able to go skiing. Big deal. But the thing is, it's not that, is it? That's the whole point. The fact that you can't go skiing anymore, or that the glaciers are melting, is not really the point. The point is that that's a signal that basically the Earth is destabilizing, and all the norms that have allowed life to exist as it has done are changing.
Maintenant, avec le réchauffement, c'est différent. J'ai l'impression maintenant qu'on n'a plus que 2 saisons. L'hiver rejoint l'été sans qu'on s'en aperçoive, quoi. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Ouais. Je ne sais pas. Les glaciers reculent toujours.
List climate change, major events up to the present day. This is a couple of days before Katrina struck. Most people are following the evacuation order and getting out of the city. But New Orleans-born Alvin Duvernay had no intention of moving.
I got up Saturday morning and there was a buzz in the neighborhood. Everybody's running around and I was like, what's up, you know, hurricane's coming. So I checked on the web and sure enough, all of the models had it aiming right for us, bullseye. This is a monster and it's coming. Walked through the house a few times, putting things up. You know, my silk rug from Nepal up on a top shelf and my guitar and, you know, you just do these things, you know. I mean, another way to do that is get all your stuff and go. That's option one, probably the best option. I didn't grow up in that option.
Alvin collected his 84-year-old father and then barricaded the two of them inside his house as the hurricane approached.
You stare Mother Nature in the eye. Usually she's fairly benign. Then she comes along methodically, ruthlessly, you know, and then she stands toe-to-toe with you and dares you. Dares you. Go ahead, get your best equipment out. Go ahead, do it. Let's dance.
I think one's got to be very careful about attaching a particular event to global warming. But nevertheless, the intensity of hurricanes is related to surface sea temperature. So increased intensity of hurricanes is associated with global warming.
By first light, the water in Alvin's house was chest deep and still rising. So he helped Alvin Sr. into their boat and headed for dry land.
And at this point, the boat's floating, so it's no big deal to launch the boat. It's launched. There's no landmarks, really, to speak of. That's a real different perspective, driving through your neighborhood at tree level. Then, all of a sudden, you realize there's a lot of people who stayed behind. There was no Coast Guard or police, or most of our National Guard was elsewhere in the world. Iraq, Afghanistan.
Alvin rescued over 100 people and their pets over 2 long days, including a 95-year-old man and a 6-week-old baby.
When that little basket came out of the window, that was a pretty special time. And just this peaceful, eyes closed. I mean, it just stops you in your tracks. Just dead stop and say, take a breath, you know. There's nothing more impressive than that.
Alvin's neighbors were the lucky ones. Hurricane Katrina was America's worst weather-related event to that date, but it was just a taste of what was to come.
It is our fault. After years of debate, some of the world's top scientists have concluded...
Unequivocal is the word they use. Human activity is
contributing to changes in our Earth's climate, and that issue is no longer up to debate.
In Andermatt, they've covered a glacier with a special protective sheet to reduce its summer melt.
One way I do my bit for the environment is turning to 30 with Ariel.
This is offsetting all those flights that I take, that I have to for my job.
David Cameron even wears recycled shoes made from old fireman's trousers.
Despite all of the efforts to control pollution and its effects on our climate, the level of greenhouse gas emissions has reached a record high and shows no signs of being reversed.
Despite the Kyoto Treaty and all the talk of reducing emissions of carbon dioxide, levels of this key greenhouse gas are rising faster than ever.
6:30 a.m. on a cool autumn morning, and Alvin's heading off to work, searching for more oil. Ironically, the oil infrastructure off the coast of New Orleans suffered major damage during the hurricane. But Shell moved fast to carry out repairs, and just 9 months later, the rigs are online and everyone's back at work.